Jamal Murray.
Done.
Yeah.
All right, so the Nuggets.
In ACL.
So the Nuggets before that were the ranked as the fourth best team.
Right above the Lakers.
Yeah. Now they're ranked as the seventh best team in the West. Like, talk about a drop off. I mean, their playoff chances are sunk. You could do it. You could. All right. So the whole thing is, all these teams that are good have three. They have three good guys, two really good, and then a third.
Yeah.
So they went out and got Aaron Gordon at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a formidable third, a good big.
Mm-hmm.
It's just him and Jokic now. Like, you were missing out on the second best player on your team, your point guard. Like, I know Jokic could take over.
I was saying, do you now move Jokic to point guard?
He's limitless right now, man.
I mean, you just keep him at his position and then have him be the dominant ball handler.
But he's assisted on Murray has assisted on so many of Jokic's his scores. I mean, dude, he's gonna lose so many buckets because of that. It's gonna take him out of the MVP race.
Good thing for Jamal Murray though is that he's young. He's young.
Yeah. I mean, he's not young guy, but he is like in prime young.
What is he, like 24, 25?
I think he's older than that. He's not. I think probably like 26.
I'm gonna check that one, but I think he's pretty young.
I don't know. I know it took him a little bit to come on.
24.
Yeah. Oh, he's 24.
Born in 97. Jeez. So he should bounce back.
Oh, he won and done. Everyone.
I was going to say, think about it. You come in the league at 19 years old.
Yeah, what's
at 24,
LaMelo?
you've been in for 5 years. 18, 19? I think he came in at like early 18, probably drafted at, drafted 18, came in early 19. Yeah, 24.
All right, so Murray's 24.
Yeah, he's got
It's
time.
an ACL. Yeah. He should come back and be all right. But it sucks. Now they're going to be missing him for the start of next season.
I still think it depends on the person.
It does depend on the person.
I think everyone.
But I think he'll be okay.
I think it always varies. Murray's a beast, but I don't think
he's never been like elite.
That's the whole thing. It's like I know he's so young.
I consider him fringe elite.
Yeah, he was elite in the bubble last year.
I consider Jamal Murray fringe elite. Definitely a top tier point guard.
Yeah,
he's not.
No, I'm
not saying that. He's not Kyrie Irving.
But I'm just saying, like Derrick Rose was elite at the time, and then
that was when
knees went to glass. Like I'm just saying it happens. Like I think it genuinely does depend on the person.
Yeah, well, like what I'm saying is that he's got a big advantage. And sports medicine now, if he doesn't have a big history of injuries, he should be okay.
Well, his knee was bothering him last year in the bubble.
Yeah, and they'll see that in the MRI. They'll tell him straight up, you have the knees of an 80-year-old man.
Yeah,
you should stop playing basketball.
But again,
the advantage that he has is that he's young. He may not bounce back, but the advantage that he has is that he's young.
I always wish nothing but the best. I just, you know me, I'm a pessimistic. I'm not.
The big thing is where are they going to turn? Like, free agency's over.
I know.
Well, they're just out this year.
I mean, the trade deadline's over.
They're just out. They're just out.
But they're not out. That's the whole thing. They have a really good team, the number 4 ranked defense in the entire league. Like,
I agree, but I think that for them to now,
I know what you're saying. There's no playoff.
There's
you could get in the playoffs, but you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. But
that's a shame.
Like, speaking of playoff teams, how about the Lakers beating Brooklyn? That was terrible. In my opinion, that's Lakers have been absolute dog shit.
When was that? Yeah, yesterday.
That was the day before.
2 days ago. I didn't watch that game.
But no, the only reason why I wanted to bring it up because we talk about it all the time is that well, first of all, it's a joke. Just because even the Knicks, who are in 8th in the East right now, can beat the Lakers because the Lakers are just a hot mess. Yeah. And then Brooklyn, who's supposed to be this dominant force or whatever, like obviously James Harden didn't play that game, which does make a big deal. But now Kyrie Irving's leaving again due to personal issues. He's not playing the game.
I have a big problem.
I can't believe.
Like, what is your personal issues, bro?
If you're not hurt at this point because you've already done this, if I'm the owner of the Nets, I'm sitting his ass down and saying, if this happens one more time, we're docking your pay.
It's the third time.
Every time he leaves the Nets, his reason could be the name of a sitcom. He left for family matters. He left for personal issues.
Listen, I don't want to speculate on like if anything's actually wrong.
I know it's gonna be horrible.
Like, mentally
if something
unstable.
But at that point,
dude,
you gotta
get it together.
That's the whole thing. Because unfortunately, with you not leaving us an answer, we get to talk shit.
Yeah,
unfortunately, we get to speculate because that's what we're doing. We're literally speculating. Like this is the third time, and it's not even like it's not even like he's the type of person that like we can say that like, oh, we fully trust him. Like we have no reason to doubt him. Like when you said it the first time, you recorded at a full house party, and like. That's some great personal issues going on.
And the last time he was supporting someone running for senator or congresswoman or something like
I'm
that.
Like, dude, come on.
Like, I get you want to be Mr. Political, but like, there's a time and a place. You're being paid millions of dollars
you have a
to
job
play basketball.
Well, you know what's funny? Like you said, like the Lakers, the Lakers are a hot mess. The Nets are a beautiful mess. They're like a Jackson Pollock, bunch of paint splattered on a canvas. They have more, for an elite team, they have more issues. Like Kevin Durant, we're going to bring him back, but we're going to let him play for 5 seconds, then we're going to bench him for another day. It's just typical.
KD played great today, though.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing. Like, not even talk shit, but like that's everyone's excuse. It's like, oh, KD played great, so let's bench him for a week now because we have to get him ready for the playoffs.
You got to build him up.
That's the whole issue I have with the NBA, and that kind of leads me into my next thing is Mark Cuban criticized the play-in tournament. I don't love the play-in tournament.
I don't.
In direct quotes from Mark Cuban, though, he doesn't like that now they have to play every game like it's the playoff game because they're fighting for the 6th seed, not the 8th seed, and now they can't rest players. What do you take games off? You don't play every game like it's a playoff game.
But Mark Cuban voted for this. He was one of the main guys to push this. He said in hindsight, this is a bad idea. But you can't go into hindsight if you're not there yet.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't love the tournament either. I just don't love his reasons behind it. It's just the NBA players are just way too catered.
Can I tell you why I like it?
Everything's about them.
I'm going to tell you why I like it.
The play-in tournament?
Yeah. Because when it gets towards the end of the year, the teams that are comfortable rest their players. Mm-hmm. This makes it so every team that's like in, but they're not there. Like if you're anywhere from like 5, 6. I don't want to say 4 because the 4th seed is probably you pretty much locked it. Mm-hmm. But those teams can't be comfortable.
Not even.
You can't rest your.
There's times that the 4 and 5 are always.
It depends on the actual race, like how close it is.
So my whole thing against it is just because of the fact
it's just more exciting.
I get it. But my whole thing is that I think it's so stupid to risk any kind of injury unless, like, you are genuinely the bottom tier teams. No, the 8th seed does not want to go against the number 1 seed, obviously. And
if it's a play-in, you might even get the 11th team.
Think about, like, the 4 and 5 that might be close. Like, they're playing each other no matter what if they flip-flop. Then you have the 6, 7, and 8 that now you can start having a little bit of a conversation about playing and stuff like that. But, like, at that point, it's like, listen, we know we're the bottom of the bottom. Like, so what? We go to 6 and we verse who's the 3rd team right now in the
West?
In the West, because the West is the more dominant. I think the Clippers are number 2. The Jazz are number 1. Who the hell is number 3?
Yeah, I know the Nuggets are 4th.
Nuggets are 4th. Why can't I think of that? And Lakers are 5. Who the hell?
Clippers are 3.
Who's 2?
The Clippers are 3.
Suns are 2.
Suns are 2.
How the fuck do we forget about the Suns, man? Any team Chris Paul is on is a good team. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the Jazz are 1.
Yeah, I knew the Jazz were 1. I have the Jazz taking the West.
Yeah, my whole thing, just about, just in a nutshell, all right, the Nets make the playoffs. For the last 3 games, they're resting everybody. Do you think that if it was a full capacity arena, that they're now cutting the price of the tickets because all the All-Stars are resting?
No.
They're going to charge you full money to go there and watch Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden sit on the bench in sweatpants and man-Uggs, drinking a coffee. That's who you're paying all the money to see.
Or alcohol. That happened recently.
And that's what you're going to see. That's why I'm not a big... And again, I understand. I don't play in the NBA. I understand you don't want to risk hurting your players, everything like that. Like, man the fuck up. Go to work. Do your job. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for these guys. Do your fucking job.
And you know what it is, too?
Your job is to play basketball. Play basketball.
The Nets don't have the right chemistry. They can't all get on the floor at the same time.
No, definitely not that. But to go off of your earlier point is that I think it's the only reason why it's a little bit different is because they can get away with it because the seasons are longer. There's more games. Where some
players don't do it.
I'm not saying
hold on. Basketball ended in October, I believe, and then they started up like 2 months later. So I get it that they really didn't have an off season.
Yeah, but this isn't a new thing.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like that's why they get away with it more is because it's a longer season and stuff like that. And so long as they're still winning games and
but it's a normal season.
I would say that they get away with it because the NBA players run the show. The owners have nothing to do with anything. The players decide where they play.
And the owners just make it happen.
The Nets have 6 players that have made All-Star teams, that have made multiple All-Star teams. That's horrible. And then people wonder why the NBA is so top-heavy, so boring to freaking watch. The finals, I believe it was the 96 or the 98 finals with the Bulls, had 37,000 people on average viewership. The finals 2 years ago, before COVID, had 7 million, or 37 million to 7 million. People say how much more talented the NBA is now, and I agree. There is significantly less people watching the NBA. People feel like it's babied. People don't like the bullshit. I don't care how good you are. If you can't get touched, and you're gonna say, "I don't want to play here anymore because we didn't win this year," and I want to play with my BFF friends, you should have no say over that until you are a free agent. You get no fucking say.
The agents have the NBA by the balls.
They do. I'm not a fan. I would agree. The NBA has the most talent it's probably ever had, and it is the softest thing since freaking the Wonder Bra. Like it's horrible shit. It's
Pillsbury Doughboy's harder than that, bro.
Again, if you have players that are consistently hurt, Porzingis and Embiid, these guys that can't stay on the fucking floor.
This is the year of injuries, though. There's tons of injuries.
But if you have guys that consistently can't get on the floor, rest them every now and again. But to have guys that are not consistently hurt to be like, hey, I don't want to play here anymore. I don't want to. Like, look at Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin has had 5 dunks in 6 games. Was he not dunking on the Pistons because he can't dunk anymore? Or was he not dunking because he just didn't
he gave the Pistons a shot. He was on the Pistons for a while.
Give a shit. But that's what I'm saying. He had no dunks. And then he comes on the Nets and he's having dunks. Was he just not playing to his ability on the Pistons because he wanted out?
I think that was an Andre Drummond thing, though.
Do your job, because at a normal job for normal people, if you don't do your job, you get fired. You don't get to be like, I'm not doing my job now, so I'm going to go to another company and make more money.
He technically did, though, if you think about it.
He got bought out. But he got bought out because he wasn't happy.
Yeah,
and that's the only way to get him out.
Yeah, I'm just,
I know. Dude, I'm with you on that. I think it's too top heavy.
The NBA just has no fucking control.
Well,
none at all.
I do think it comes down to pushover ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Because, all right, so I'm going to say right now, I think because of the issues that the Nets are having, if they can get it together and play together and Kyrie Irving stops leaving because he's got to go tie his shoe outside the stadium or something, he needs to stay on the floor. If Kyrie Irving's on the floor, Kevin Durant is healthy, and you have James Harden, they're probably going to win the East.
Yeah.
If they don't get enough time to gel, the 76ers are going to do it because they're doing it the right way. They play together. All of them were drafted, not all of them, but you have Embiid and Simmons. Simmons had to do a position change to make it work. And you know what I'm saying? They're finding each other's strengths and weaknesses. It's showing. Both of them are top. They're saying Ben Simmons this year is the defensive player of the year right now. Or one of them.
Well, he should be 6'9", and he guards the 6'3", 6'4" guard.
Yeah, it's
coming from the guy wearing the AI jersey. That's all I'm saying.
AI.
Listen, man, I wore the Philadelphia jersey because I wanted to say how I felt about Philly. And I think that Philly is going to... Listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I have them shoes to match.
Everyone likes that. You should have wore the fresh Iversons without the laces.
I don't have the Iversons.
But you got to get them.
I had the Iversons.
You got to get the Iversons without
the laces. It's not 04 anymore. I can't find them.
Dude, those are... Yeah. Well, freaking 2000.
Yeah.
Dude.
I had the I3s with the strap. Old, and they got real dangly.
Yeah. I had the Iversons with no aces. Who
never
could ever play basketball in those things?
Nobody.
They don't have laces.
So before we pass basketball together, I do want to say congratulations to Steph Curry becoming the Warriors' all-time leading scorer, passing Wilt Chamberlain. But this is what's funny about it. It's like Wilt Chamberlain has played on how many different teams? He's played for the Lakers, the Sixers. He's played like 1/3 of his games with the Warriors and averaged over his whole career with the Warriors 41 points a game.
Yeah.
That'll never happen now.
No.
So
never.
like, and I think he did it in 60% less games or some crazy stat like that. So that's like putting it into context. That's not taking anything away from Steph Curry, but that's just saying like either one, Wilt was that elite, or there was just no talent in the NBA.
No talent.
There was
I'm
no
gonna
talent.
go with no talent.
There's no talent. Number one, number two. It's just funny. Just like it's like
41 points a game.
I get it. No, I'm not taking anything away from Wilt. I'm just saying.
No,
that
I'm
as
just
far
saying
as
that doesn't happen.
Golden State sucks right now.
Oh yeah,
They're
dude.
Dog water.
I know.
Well,
They're
yeah.
banged up. Still,
I think that Steph Curry will end his career having a bigger impact on the NBA than Wilt Chamberlain.
period. And he already has. Look at he.
Yeah, I
Trae
think Steph
Young.
Curry single-handedly changed the game.
Trae Young is literally said when he came up that Steph Curry is who he modeled his game after. He doesn't want to be compared to Steph Curry though. Damian Lillard started shooting the 3-ball when
The
Steph
deep
started
3-ball.
shooting the 3-ball.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
It's
changed the
literally-
game.
he
He's
changed
forcing everybody to shoot three. Like with him, if he comes up and he's
You have to
4
respect
feet
it.
outside of the 3-point line, you have to step up to him, which spreads the entire defense out. It opens up the entire offense. If you have guys like Klay Thompson, who literally doesn't stop moving, like again, Klay Thompson's got to be one of the most underappreciated great players ever.
Catch and shoot.
If you ever watch him in a game, him and Steph Curry, when they don't have the ball, because Steph Curry's very good at this too, they're just like sprinting everywhere. Like they never stop moving, and that's why they were so good, because the threat was always there with them too. That the defense just spreads out. And it
Now they're
opens
too big.
everybody
They don't
up.
have Klay.
And that's like when they were dominating with Draymond. Draymond would just hang out inside. Like, all right.
Yo, Draymond has not
You
played
guys want
good
to
though.
spread
No,
out?
Draymond's been terrible.
No.
Last year too. I mean, last year he was all on his own. Like that. Like it is what it is. But like, dude, you're not no scrub. Like get it together.
no,
I don't want no
it's
scrubs.
No. The whole thing with Draymond, though, is you really want Draymond for his defense at the end of the day.
And he's not playing good defense.
But if you're not playing good defense, and I think, Wiseman got hurt now.
That's what I'm saying. They're banged up. And it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks for
They've
Curry.
been banged up for like 3 years.
Yeah, about to say,
they haven't been healthy in forever.
literally since Durant left, they haven't been healthy.
But you know what, at the end
They
of
got the number 2
yeah.
pick in the draft last year. Like how the hell? Like
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, though, they have 3 championships. Like,
yeah.
they got nothing. Like Steph Curry, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I feel bad for Steph Curry." I don't.
Well, I
Dude,
do.
and his wife is absurdly successful. Aisha, she's absurdly successful on
I
her
don't
own.
care about
Like,
that. I'm
I don't
just
care. I don't
saying,
feel
like,
bad. I know he's not.
There's that one thing.
But
I don't
Steph-
that I should feel bad about
Steph Curry, like
I know.
you could be Seth Curry,
He's balling.
but you could. Yeah, but he'll never be Steph.
He's balling.
Like,
He's not
I
Steph.
bet you any amount of
He's not
money.
Steph.
I bet
Listen.
you any amount of money. Steph makes Seth sit at the kids' table at holidays. He's sitting at the plastic table with everyone using
Dude,
a lot
think
of
about